Reagan, and it's the start of another reading vlog. This is the first official reading vlog that Clay isn't here. I actually have a friend over because I have friends, but this weekend I am doing a bit of socializing, but obviously trying to do a lot of reading. I'm not gonna lie, I've been in a bit of a reading slump. Bizarre and a little unprecedented, because I haven't been in a reading slump in years. But I wanted to show you guys what I hope to finish reading this weekend and then kind of talk through my plans for the weekend. I'm hanging out with a friend tonight. He's here, he's a coworker. Say hi, Kevin. Use words.
Me?
Hi. Yeah, hi. We're gonna watch Gossip Girl because I mentioned on my Instagram, which by the way, if you're not following me there, you should, that I feel like that's the only apt way to prepare for moving to New York is to watch Gossip Girl, which I've never seen before. But I'm obviously not gonna vlog for too long here because Kevin has never seen probably a vlogger in his entire life, and it's probably a little weird. But I did want to quickly talk about the books I was planning on reading this weekend because I am enjoying them both even though I am in such a slump. So these are my reading plans. The first book I have here is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexander Christo, which is a siren-centered fantasy story. It's super violent. I'm like 100 pages into this. I started this earlier this week. I'm enjoying it, but I'm having a hard time kind of getting into it for some reason. Again, I kind of blame it on the slump. And I'm also reading The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden, which I've heard such fantastic things about, both from BookTube, but even my coworkers have recommended this book to me. And I'm also about 100 pages into this book, and I'm really, really liking it. So kind of the plan for this weekend, I believe, is to finish this first and then try to get back into this before the weekend is out and maybe even finish it. I have plans tonight and tomorrow during the day, but I'm trying to really focus on reading tomorrow night and obviously all throughout Sunday, plus filming. If you're not familiar, The Bear and the Nightingale is a fantasy story set in Russia, and it has to do with folklore and basically everything that I love ever. Russia, folklore, fantasy. I mean, how can you say no? It sounds and is so far really, really great. So yeah, these are my reading plans for the weekend. What about you, Millie? What are your reading plans? Tell me what you want to read. Tell me what you want to read. Just the bone, per usual. Such a lack of creativity. All right, guys, the wild and crazy Friday night that Kevin and I are having is we're gonna watch Gossip Girl, which I've never seen before, so please no spoilers in the comments.
XOXO.
Please don't tell me who it is. I wanna become the new Gossip Girl. I'm gonna move to New York. I'm gonna move to New York and become the new Gossip Girl. It's happening. I'm gonna live there soon. This is gonna be my life. Just like Gossip Girl. Alrighty guys, it's a bit later. I'm in bed, obviously. I think I'm gonna watch another episode of Gossip Girl. I'm a little like, on it right now, but I've also heard like the first season's alright and then you just kind of get addicted to it. Millie's living her best life with her bone. And after I watch some Gossip Girl, I'm gonna pick up The Bear and the Nightingale, which I'm really enjoying a lot so far. So overall, I'd say a pretty satisfying Friday. Apologies if I wasn't super elaborate in my explanation of what I was gonna do today. I kind of just try to go with the flow, which by the way is always difficult for a chronic planner like myself, with my coworkers, and it was fun, and I'm happy I did. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna go turn around, but tomorrow I'm actually gonna get lunch with Tiernan, which is another booktuber, which I'm looking forward to. He lives in Chicago, and then I'm gonna get dinner with another friend. The weekend has kind of turned into a very much activity-filled couple of days, which I wasn't necessarily anticipating, but I'm looking forward to hanging out with some friends, which is always very nice. But Sunday for sure I'm gonna be reading a lot, but tonight I'm gonna try to read about 50 to 60 pages of The Bear and the Nightingale, and obviously I'm gonna read tomorrow between lunch and dinner. And then I really hope to finish this weekend and get a little bit farther into Kill a Kingdom because I haven't read as much of that as I had intended to. I'm having a little bit of a hard time getting into the story, but I feel like that's more on me than that book itself. Reading slumps, man. But anyway, I'm gonna get to reading and I'll update you guys probably tomorrow morning, so see you then. Good morning, everyone. It is early. It's like not even 9 o'clock yet. I woke up a while ago and I've been having the most productive morning. Just kind of trying to clean up my apartment. But right now, I think I'm gonna put one episode of Survivor on, and then I'm gonna do a little bit more cleaning, but then I'm going to read. I finally woke up. I woke up and I feel like I have the reading spirit back. I don't know, I feel very all of a sudden wanting to be, hello Matilda, really productive and read. So I'm really hoping to ride that wave and get it done. But yeah, I really hope to finish The Bear and the Nightingale today, maybe even before dinner. That would be ideal. So read a bit this morning, go to lunch, come back, read more, and just read all the books. It's super gloomy in Chicago today, which is honestly ideal reading weather, so I really couldn't ask for more. I do need to go get some coffee soon, because your girl needs some coffee. But yeah, I'm gonna watch some Survivor with Matilda. I'm on my very last Survivor season, like the most recent one, Ghost Island. I honestly like don't even know what I'm gonna do. Hopefully I'm gonna get into Gossip Girl, which by the way, I watched like 2 episodes last night with a friend. And I like it, but like, I don't know, I feel like it's one of those shows you gotta wait and get a little bit more into, because it's like really dramatic and that Chuck character is awful. But you know, I'm gonna keep giving it another try, because everyone seemed pretty excited when I said I was gonna watch it, so I need to give it more than 2 episodes, and I would love a new addicting CW TV show to watch. So that's that. Anyway, I'm gonna put Survivor on now, get some coffee, and then I'm gonna read and also get ready for the day and not wear pajamas. I'm not gonna meet up with Tiernan wearing my hotel Valhalla shirt, though I'm not sure he would mind, but yeah. Okay, bye. Survivor is on. Matilda's already back in bed, and I got dressed. So far, productive morning, I would say. Okay, I've officially watched enough Survivor, and now it's time for me to read before I head out to lunch. Well, I realized I never really told you guys my initial thoughts about this book. I've told you what it's about, but I'm already a third of the way through, and I read a little bit more last night. So I wanted to tell you how I'm feeling about it, how I'm feeling. So this is a folklore fantasy style novel set in Russia. I want to say in like the 1500s, maybe the 16, it's definitely like the 1400s, maybe the 1500s, and it is so good so far. I mean, it has a bit of a slow start, but I would say just the pure atmosphere and the writing and the setting is just lends itself to such a lyrical story. I also love our main character. It's set in the deep wilderness of Russia, and this follows our main character, Vasilia, and she and her family basically pass the time hearing these stories, these folklore stories from one of the women that live in their castle town lodge kind of thing. But then when their father gets remarried after their mother passes away, she is a devoutly religious woman and basically tries to rid of all of the like folklore elements of the town, and this puts the town in grave danger. And we follow our main character Vasilia, or Vasia, as she basically tries to save the day. I'm a third of the way through, and things are just now starting to pick up in terms of like creatures are starting to appear, and the new stepmother is now being a little more going out of her way to try to like rid the town and the home of certain orthodox things. And so far I'm really liking it. Again, like the setting and the writing is so good so far, and I'm really enjoying it. But now I need to be quiet and start reading, because I'm trying to get I'm really trying to hopefully finish this book tonight before the evening, and I'm putting it out in the universe so it happens. So I gotta go and read. Guys, quick reading update. Oh man, I've been reading for like an hour, and I've read 80 pages, additional pages, so I'm on page 180 of The Bear and the Nightingale, and that means I have like 120 pages left. Yeah, this book's only 322 pages, so I really feel like I can finish it today before dinner time. I'm making great progress, and I'm very much invested in the story right now. I mean, I absolutely love the main character, and I also really have to give a nod to the author for making it very historical, in that, I mean, like, we have a very headstrong female character, and when you're a headstrong female character, it's not like the whole town and village are going to accept you or understand you or appreciate you. And also kind of the conflict of being a parent of a headstrong female character is like, you love them, but you're also scared for them that they're not gonna find a place in the world. Anyway, I'm just trying to say that I feel like the author is really respecting the historical time period and really utilizing the historical context to make an even richer story. I'm also getting like conflicting emotional vibes between like shipping our main character with a priest, which I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. But I'm also very torn about it. Anyway, loving the book so far. I do have to head out in a minute to get lunch with Tiernan. Let me quickly show you my OOTD. Hold on. So this is what I'm wearing today. I'm wearing my rainbow tank. I tend to layer all my tanks over t-shirts. My current favorite Madewell jeans, some slides, and these really cute, and I really want to show off these earrings. They're little suns. I think they're so cute. So that's what I'm wearing today. I'm at breakfast with Tiernan.
Hello. You should wait till we have food.
Well, I'll do it again when the food comes. I just wanted to introduce you to the people. That's Tiernan.
I'm Tiernan.
Lols.
It's early in the morning.
That moment where we literally ordered.
And it came right away.
It literally came in like 15 seconds.
Seriously.
They're like breakfast fairies. But I also ordered toast purely to try the jam.
Yeah,
but
she was jealous of my toast.
essentially. But now I need to dig in because I'm so hungry. Hello everyone. I'm obviously back home from getting lunch brunch with Tiernan. It was so fun to catch up with him and eat some tasty food and just like see what's going on, see what's happening, reminisce about college. It was so lovely to see him, but now I'm home and I'm back to relaxing. I'm about to watch an episode of Survivor and then I'm going to pick up and read more of The Bear and the Nightingale. I got through, as I mentioned earlier, 80 pages, so I'm hoping to keep powering through that as I'm really liking it. But I did want to tell a quick embarrassing story really fast. So as I was leaving, because Clay moved to New York, I've gotta just like ask everyone to now be my Instagram husband. I was like, Tiernan, can you take a quick outfit photo for me? And he was like, of course, of course. And I was like, oh, over there is kind of cute. There's like some lights, like there's a cute little background, like it'll be perfect. And we were gonna do it at an angle. And we were waiting for people to walk by and like Tiernan's at an angle and I was like, awesome, I'll just pop over there really quick. So I like turned the corner to stand at like this angle and I turned around to start posing for my Instagram photo, and literally it's like a restaurant that has one of those folding doors to make it like inside outside, and there's just a table of like 10 people a foot away from me and I'm like posing and smiling and I'm like, I want to die, but I'm already committed to take this photo. Like I'm already posing. So I just stop, I like wave at them, I'm like, hi, takes my Instagram photo. And then I leave mildly mortified. But now you know the story behind that photo. If you see this shirt pop up on my Instagram, give it a like because that was a hard one Instagram photo with a bit of embarrassment on my end. But you know, like, we move on. We digress. Yeah, now I'm gonna watch some Survivor. I'm honestly not feeling the greatest. I'm feeling a little achy, you know, and the weather's so gloomy and gross outside that it's kind of, I guess, good timing to not feel the best. So I'm definitely gonna watch Survivor and just read, probably do some face masks later, and just take a hot shower. That sounds amazing. Just hang out with Miss Matilda. Probably make some stove mac and cheese because I love mac and cheese. I don't know who doesn't love mac and cheese. But anyway, talk to you later. It's a bit later. I've fallen deep into a Survivor hole, but I did light a candle for some ambiance. Hey guys, I am taking a quick hiatus from reading to go run to the store and to run to Starbucks. I'm so sleepy, so I'm gonna go pick up a latte, but I'm also gonna pick up some boxed mac and cheese for dinner. It's all about the comfort foods for tonight. I was gonna hang out and watch, I was gonna hang out and get dinner with a friend, but we're both feeling sickly tonight. It's just kind of creeped up on me all throughout the day. So it's just gonna be me and Matilda tonight and a box of Kraft mac and cheese, the ultimate comfort food, and a latte to keep me awake. And then reading. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna read because I haven't, because I've just been watching Survivor. Like a failure. Not like a failure. It is my Saturday, but I did want to read more when I got back from lunch, but I have all night. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna finish it. It's gonna be a great time. So I'm gonna go run to the store, pick up a latte, pick up some mac and cheese. I'll be back. Millie's eating right now. I bet she'll run in here any second. Let's see. Oh, is she coming? Oh, she's here with her bowl. Did you have a good dinner, Millie? Yeah, I'm so glad. Oh, you know, just out and about buying the essentials. Coffee and in my bag, mac and cheese and ice cream. Just living my best Saturday. Oh my goodness, guys. I have fallen head first into The Bear and the Nightingale. I have 70 pages left. I just flew through about 90 pages of this book, and it's just so enchanting. I mean, the setting and the writing, it's so lyrical. It feels like you're in the grips of this fairy tale, and the way that she can describe winter is insane. Like, I feel like my bones can feel it. It feels so cold. And then, to my understanding, this is inspired by like an actual fairy tale. One that I don't know off the top of my head, but I am just entranced by this story. I mean, the writing, the characters, the narrative, it's dark, it's brooding, it's historical, it's just so many things at once, and it's really beginning to pick up pace right now, and it's getting even more fantastical, I guess is a word for it, and I'm dying, I'm just living for it. It's also very, 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 very dark, and honestly kind of creepy. Like, the atmosphere of it, like, I can just imagine it. It's like in this dark home in the middle of the wilderness made of wood, and there's only a fire burning, and like there's things living in the wood, and then it's dark all the time, and I don't know, you can just feel it in your bones, and it's scary, but it's so good. And I'm loving it so far. The main character, Vasya, is awesome. Everything about it is so good, and it's been building on itself so nicely. Like, how she's kind of swelled this narrative from the beginning to the end is just incredible, because now I just feel like the story just slowly like picks up pace, and at first you're kind of just like walking, and then you're trotting, and now we're on a full sprint, and it's just amazing, and I'm so glad I read it. It's just so good, and I can't wait to finish it. Has such great atmosphere, loving it. I finished it. Oh, it was so good. I need to buy the sequel now. I don't even know what to read next. Oh my gosh, it was so enchanting and so dark. I loved every second of it. And now it's a little later. I think it's like 8. I need to make dinner. And by dinner, I mean my mac and cheese. But oh my goodness, I'm so happy. I finished a book this weekend. I feel like my slump is broken. Just like that. Back in the game. But yeah, I totally would give this book 4.5 stars. I was a little slow in the beginning, but the setting, the narrative, the historical context, the writing, the atmosphere, everything about it was totally enchanting. And I can't wait for the next one. I feel like this is like the start too, like her origin story, and I can only imagine that it's gonna keep growing and growing, and I'm gonna be here for every second of it. But now, mac and cheese time. Hey. Mixing together all my shadows, ruining it, all the gooey goodness. According to the box, this has no artificial dyes or flavors. I honestly don't know how that's possible. This is one radioactive colored mac and cheese, and I am ready to dive right in. And we've moved on to Bravo. Well, this is a commercial, but after this it's gonna be Bravo. Southern Charm, Matilda's and I's favorites. Or maybe her favorite thing is the mac and cheese. Haven't quite teased that one out yet. But onward, we commence with the Bravo watching. Still got that candle lit too. Ambiance. Hello everyone, good morning. Me and Matilda are in the living room. My apologies for not checking in before I went to bed last night. I honestly just watched a lot of Bravo and Survivor, but I did ultimately end up starting another book, which I did wish I documented. But last night I picked up Everlast. Honestly, just kind of called to me, and I decided to go with it because I've been, as I've mentioned at the beginning of this vlog, in a bit of a reading slump. So the fact that a book was calling to me, I was like, priority number 1. And I'm also in a pretty good reading mood after finishing The Bear and the Nightingale, because I really, really enjoyed it. It was so dark and so rich, and I really liked it a lot. So now I'm rereading Everlast, book 1 of the Skinjacker trilogy. And the thing is, this is by Schusterman. I don't remember anything about it. I've read it before, and I really do feel like I'm gonna like it more this time. This is about a place that's kind of in between life and death, and kids get sent there, and it's very much a mystery as they're trying to unravel why and what this place is. There's apparently monsters, and there's politics amongst kids. It's good, and our 2 main characters are obviously trying to escape back to their lives and back to their family. I remember really enjoying it, and I'm excited to re-enjoy it. I read 30 pages last night quickly, and then I fell asleep promptly. This morning I need to film 3 videos and edit 1 and upload 1 today. So right now I'm gonna kind of outline those videos while watching some Survivor. But outline the videos, then get to filming, and then I kind of want to like clean a little bit. I feel like there's just clutter everywhere. I need to go to Whole Foods and get food for the week, real food, not mac and cheese. I tend to cook most of the time. Last night was like, I want mac and cheese, so I made mac and cheese. But tonight I think I'm gonna make like a tasty pasta dish for the next couple days, and then maybe probably like chicken and vegetables for later in the week. But I gotta pick up those things to be able to make them. Anyway, I'm gonna outline my videos now, but I'm gonna check in a little bit later once I start filming, and then errands, and then back to reading, and then I gotta eat lunch somewhere in between all of those things. It's fine, it's great, we're happening, it's happening. Alrighty guys, I'm about to start my marathon of filming videos. 3 videos I'm gonna film back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Excited about all of them, which is always good. But yeah, just everything's set up. I'm gonna get started now. Outfit number 1, still wearing sweatpants though, don't you worry. And then I'm gonna finish this episode of Survivor, and then I'll make some miso soup, and then I'm gonna edit, then I'm gonna go to Whole Foods. That's my plan. Okay. I have finished filming, and now there are just literally books everywhere. Hold up, let me show you. There's books there. There's books there. There's books there. This is what happens. My life falls apart, and now I'm going to edit, and then I'm gonna make some miso soup. Millie is laying in the bedroom. Millie! Will she come, or is she too busy snoozing? Let's go find her. She's probably on my unmade bed. Yep, there she is, my little princess, sleeping. These are my other outfits that I wore filming today. But yeah, I'm gonna edit now, and then we're gonna go grocery shopping, Matilda, for dinner for the week. Okay, goodbye everyone. I've moved on to the uploading the video stage, so I'm finally gonna make some lunch. I'm gonna make a really quick lunch. I'm gonna make some miso soup with some miso paste and some water. Miso soup's like my favorite thing in the entire world, and I'm very much out of food. So I'm gonna finish, I'm gonna eat, then I'm gonna dress in warmer clothes because it's like 50 degrees outside, go to the grocery store, clean my kitchen. Things are happening. It might not be super exciting, but I also need to get my life together. But then I'm definitely gonna read later too. I'm really loving Everlast, so I'm gonna get some reading in. I just gotta be my responsible adult self first, you know what I mean? So, spicy miso soup unlocked. I made with lots of red miso paste. It really looks like nothing. Normally I'd put like, you know, green onions in there, but I'm out of that, so it's just some plain old miso soup. All right, soup consumed. It's now time to go to the grocery store. I basically just like went through my drawer and picked up 2 HelloFresh recipes that I liked the most, and I'm gonna go pick up the ingredients to make them for the week, and kind of make a few alterations just depending on my mood, but that was kind of my game plan. Me and Miss Matilda are now back on the couch. I'm about to pick up Everlast and read a bit more. I also picked up some delicious strawberries from Whole Foods. They just called to me across the grocery store. I mean, like, look at them. They're freaking beautiful. So I'm gonna eat these strawberries. I'm gonna read. It's gonna be a lovely afternoon. Just like this weekend has been. It's been so recharging this weekend. I was like, you know, I really need to take a weekend to just do a bunch of nothing, because I'm about to travel for the next 3 weekends straight, which is a lot. It's a lot. So I was like, I need to have as much home time as possible, especially with Miss Moo, who is not traveling with me. She doesn't know it yet. But anyway, time to chow down on these strawberries. Hello everyone. I just wanted to pop in for a quick update. I look like this because I showered a little bit ago, but I have just been sitting here reading Everlast, and I quickly just flew through 100 pages, just literally so fast. This book is so interesting. It has such a great concept, which I just feel like Neil Schusterman just can do no wrong with his ideas. But this kind of purgatory, this Everlast, is so fascinating, and the fact that only children can go there. Obviously I'm only about 130 pages in, so there's quite a few mysteries still left to be unfolded, and this is a trilogy, but it's so good so far. I love all the characters. I love that we get multiple perspectives. I love the journal entries and the books, and how everyone's from like different time periods, and just kind of slowly unraveling the world and kind of gaining perspective on how it functions. It's just so fascinating, and I'm really liking it so far. I honestly really did not remember much at all, so this almost feels like, again, I'm reading over the first time, rereading books, a series. But yeah, I am really liking this. I'm really excited to finish this and get to the next 2 hopefully soon. But yeah, I definitely think I can read another 100 pages at the very least tonight, which means I'll be almost done with this book. That means I'll have read basically 2 books this weekend. Woot woot. But now I'm gonna cook dinner. I bought a lot of stuff to make a tasty pasta dish that I kind of just like made up as I went at the grocery store. So we'll see how that turns out. But I really am hungry. So I'm gonna make some dinner and watch some New Girl, I think. I'm almost done with season 6. Sad, but I love it. So it's time to watch it. But yeah, cooking time. So this is kind of the idea. I'm gonna make some pasta with peas, and then I have tomatoes, and I have spicy chicken sausage, which I'm gonna like crush up, an onion, some broccoli, some cream cheese in there, some Parmesan, pasta water, you know, we'll see how it turns out. I think it's gonna be all right. Alrighty, the sausage and onion mixture is browning up. Water is almost boiling, so I can almost start cooking the pasta and start making the sauce. Tasty, tasty, tasty. Added the whole tomatoes that I ended up crushing, obviously, with my bare hands. And now this is gonna simmer while the pasta and the broccoli cook. And then all this will go into here, and then I'll add in the peas, and then it'll just be one glorious time. You know? I accidentally bought hot dogs instead of Italian sausage, which I feel like is kind of a hilarious mistake. And then you just mix in the pasta. Add a little pasta water in there to make it more saucy. Call it a day, put some cheese on top. It's gonna be tasty. I would say this is a pretty good situation right now. Carbs, 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 New Girl, New Girl, New Girl. Oh my goodness, between the royal wedding and New Girl season 6 finale, I have felt too many emotions this weekend. Oh man, so many happy tears have been shed. But seriously, has anyone seen New Girl season 6 finale? Cause like a lot happened very quickly, and it was all very emotional and the sweetest and cutest, and now I don't even know what to do. It's only 8:30, but I don't even know how to live my life anymore. Hi everyone, quick check-in. Matilda and I have moved to the bedroom. She of course brought her bone. I brought other things. I'm going to try to read another 100 pages of Everlast tonight, but first I'm gonna edit for a little while. I want to get another video that's going up this week edited because I am going out of town next weekend, woo! So I just want to try to get a little bit ahead of schedule tonight and tomorrow. But yes, that's what I'm gonna work on now, and then I'm gonna read, and then I'll update you after I've started reading again. Bless reading. I also had some ice cream with my pasta. Oh, it's been a great night of calories, I would say. Cheers. Hi guys, it is the customary end of the vlog, next day. I just kind of wanted to recap everything that I read for this weekend. Excuse Miss Matilda, you know, getting her bowl. But I just want to quickly recap everything. I'm actually really happy with ultimately how much I was able to read. I read pretty much an entire book, and then started and got a pretty decent amount of the way through of another book, which is just very exciting. I'm very pleased with myself. Overall, just reading this month in general, I feel like I've read a lot. But to recap, I read the last 300 pages of The Bear and the Nightingale by Katherine Arden, and I really enjoyed this book. This is a dark folklore-centered historical fiction novel set in the wilderness of Russia. It basically follows this household that their whole lives have been centered around these stories that they've all grown up with about certain different lore of the area. However, when the father gets remarried, the stepmother is a very devout religious woman, and she dedicates herself to casting out any type of talk of the old religion. And when this starts to occur, a dark force starts to take over the land, and it's up to our young main character to basically save the day. It was just so good. It was so absolutely captivating. But the story is just truly so captivating, so dark. The writing is lyrical, and I believe this is technically a retelling of a fairy tale, but I honestly couldn't tell you which one it was, which I honestly think is a positive, because it kind of just shows that while this novel is really pulling from inspiration, it's definitely a story that stands on its own 2 legs. It isn't just like a regurgitation of another famous story, which I think is really awesome. It's so dark, and Naomi Novik actually blurbed it on the back, which I feel like is the most perfect author to blurb this, because Naomi Novik also writes really beautiful, dark, rich kind of fantasy fairy tale centered fantasy. And there's actually a sequel that's already out, and I really, really want to pick it up and read it soon because I really enjoyed this book. I ended up giving it like 4.5 stars. It was so good. I loved the Russian wilderness setting. It was so good. And I also felt like the author had a really great nod to history, and obviously she didn't like stay completely true to the books, but I also felt like she respected the time period and the kind of social constraints of what that time period brought with it. And I just thought it was so good. From there, I decided to pick up Everlast by Neil Schusterman. This is actually a reread for me, and I am enjoying it so much so far. I'm about 150 pages into this, which I am very jazzed with. I ended up reading quite a bit on Sunday about this book, and this is a middle grade YA novel about this place called Everlast, which is basically this in-between that exists for children who die but don't quite make it to where they are meant to be going. So they live in this weird in-between world. It's only existing of children, and we follow two main characters that are obviously trying to escape it. This book is so interesting, and I just love how Neil Schusterman writes plots and characters, and he often does this thing where he has like diary entries between chapters. He did it in Thunderhead, he's doing it in this, and I also feel like it exists in Unwind too, which I love as a device because often he uses it as a way to kind of help explain the world. So someone's either writing a diary on their own opinion about how this system should work, or it's like a law or something, and he uses it as a way to kind of zoom out from the story so the reader can get a little more context to what's going on, because usually our main characters are also thrown into the world just like we are. Anyway, I'm basically just rambling on about how much I love Neil Schusterman's writing and the tools he uses to really get his stories and plots across. This is great. I'm loving it so much. I think I'm gonna like it even more than I initially read it. I honestly remember very, very little, but I think the concept of dying young, and also this strange in-between worlds is a very interesting one, especially that it exists only of children and all of the strange rules that come with it as well. But yeah, can't wait to finish this book before the end of the month, and hopefully starting the second one soon, because that one I even remember less than this one. So loving this so far, but ultimately I read about almost 500 pages this weekend, which I'm always pretty excited with. I got that much reading it even with all the reality TV I watch, so that's a pretty good success, I'd say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading vlog. I know it's just me now all alone, but I will hopefully see you guys soon with another one soon. Goodbye.